Hello dear students, as you all know we are doing chapter number 7, alternating current. Till the quality factor we have done. Now we have studied all the properties of a resonating AC circuit. Today we are going to study power of AC circuit. Okay, what is power? Power of AC circuits. All we know that power is what? Power is energy consumed per unit time. Energy consumed per unit time, and we have already idea of power because we have studied in chapter number 3. But in AC circuit what happens? In alternating current, in the case of alternating current, current keeps on changing and voltage also keeps on changing, and that's why we cannot have a particular value of power for a circuit. What we have, if we apply that formula what we have done in the direct current in chapter number 3, power is equal to what? V square upon R, or I square into R, or V into I. So that for a particular value of voltage, we have a particular value of power. Since V is equal to V naught sine omega t and I is equal to I naught sine omega t plus minus phi, then what happens? Say V depends upon t, I depends upon t. So when t changes, obviously time is going to change. When t changes, then V also changes. So we have a particular instantaneous value of power. We don't have average power of the circuit, right? We don't have average power of the circuit. So what we are going to do today, we are going to calculate this average power. What is the value of average power? And then after, we'll try to know for power of different alternating current circuits, right? So let us start. The instantaneous power, suppose for an AC circuit, V is equal to V naught sine omega t and I is equal to I naught sine omega t minus phi. Suppose there is a phase difference between voltage and the current. What is that phase difference? Phase difference is phi. Now, instantaneous power is equal to P instantaneous is equal to V into I. So P instantaneous is going to be equal to, value of V is V naught sine omega t and value of I is I naught sine omega t minus phi. Now P instantaneous is equal to what? Let us take V naught I naught together, and I am going to do division by 2 and multiplication by 2. 2 sine omega t minus phi. Okay? Sine omega t minus phi. Is it clear? I can do that. I have divided by 2, I have multiplied by 2. Now I am going to use a trigonometric identity, and that identity is 2 sine A sine B. 2 sine A sine B. If you remember formula, this is a trigonometric formula. 2 sine A sine B. It is what? It is cos A minus B minus cos A plus B. Okay? So let us apply this formula over here. So we are going to have P instantaneous is equal to V naught I naught upon 2 sine A sine B. Value of A is omega t, value of B is omega t minus phi. We should write cos omega t minus omega t plus phi minus cos omega t plus omega t minus phi. Omega t plus omega t minus phi. Okay? Now let us solve it. P instantaneous is going to be now V naught I naught by 2 cos omega t and omega t will be cancelled. We are going to have cos phi minus cos 2 omega t minus phi. Omega t plus omega t will become 2 omega t. Okay? So cos 2 omega t minus phi. Now this is the value of power instantaneous. This is the value of power instantaneous. What is the power at time t? Obviously we can see it is the function of cos omega t. It is the function of cos omega t. Now what I want to do, I want to calculate average power. I want to calculate average power. How I am going to calculate it? Just see. Power average is equal to what? Integration of P instantaneous into dt. Okay? And divided by what? Divided by capital T. When P instantaneous multiplied by dt, when it is multiplied, we are going to have summation of power. So total energy, you can say power multiplied by time. Power multiplied by time is what? Total energy consumed upon time. Energy consumed upon time, average power. What is power? Power is basically what? Energy upon time. Work done upon time. Work done converts into energy. So P instantaneous multiplied by dt, it is energy. Integration, total energy from where to where? From 0 to t. Okay, total energy upon time. So what I am going to have? Average power. Now just see. P average is equal to what? 1 by t integration 0 to t P instantaneous into dt. Now just put the value of P instantaneous over there. P average is equal to 1 by t integration 0 to t. P instantaneous is V naught I naught upon 2 cos phi minus cos 2 omega t minus phi dt. Okay. Now just pause the screen. Note down from here to here if you are noting down it live. But if you don't note down, then I will send the notes. You know that I am going to remove all this side. So if you are writing down, then pause the screen and write down. Now I am going to remove this. So P average is equal to what? 1 by t. V naught I naught will not be integrated. 2 by t. Now I am going to distribute this integration over these two functions. I am going to have integration 0 to t cos phi dt minus integration 0 to t cos 2 omega t minus phi into dt. Okay. Now P average is equal to V naught I naught upon 2t. When this cos phi will be integrated, we will have cos phi into t minus 0. So cos phi is constant, it will not be integrated, it will be out of the integration sign. We will have dt only, and when dt is integrated, we are going to have t minus 0. Minus this whole integration becomes 0. Can you guess why? Can you guess why? Because this integration is from 0 to capital T, and when it is integrated in a time period, complete time period, it is a trigonometric sine or cos, then its answer is what? 0. So here we are going to have P average is equal to V naught I naught upon 2t into t into cos phi. So t and t will be cancelled out. So P average is equal to V naught I naught upon 2 cos phi. V naught I naught upon 2 cos phi. Just see the mannerism of writing. How this is being written. V naught by root 2 into I naught by root 2 into cos phi. This V naught by root 2 is what? It is VRMS. I naught by root 2 is what? It is IRMS. What is cos phi? So cos phi is cos phi. So this is power average. This is power average. Formula for average power is VRMS, IRMS, cos phi, where phi is the phase difference between V and I. Is it clear? Now just try to understand this VRMS into IRMS, this product is called virtual power. This product is called virtual power, and this cos phi is called power factor. Power factor. This year, this power factor has been deleted from your syllabus. So it doesn't mean you don't know what is that cos phi. Cos phi is called power factor. What is being deleted? To calculate its value in the different alternating circuits. It is being deleted. Okay? To calculate the power factor in different different alternating current circuits, it is being deleted. But what is power factor? You should know. This cos phi is power factor. Okay? And this product of VRMS, IRMS is called virtual power. So in other words, we can say the product of virtual power and power factor is called average power. The product of virtual power and the power factor is called average power. Okay, so now I am going to calculate average power for different AC circuits. Okay, we have done 5 AC circuits. Circuit containing only R, containing only L, then containing only C, then LR, CR and LCR. 6 circuits. So we are going to calculate the power for 6 different circuits, what it will be. And for that, we need to understand the phasor also. So let us do it by one. So what we have got from the discussion, power average is equal to what? V naught I naught upon 2 cos phi, of the same formula can be written as V average is equal to VRMS IRMS cos phi. Now I am going to apply it for different circuits. Okay, it is a kind of revision for you also. Whatever circuit we have done, the first circuit we have done, circuit containing only R. If the circuit contains only R, then how was the circuit? Circuit is simply like this. Okay, this is your AC source. In this case, V is equal to V naught sin omega t. V is equal to V naught sin omega t. V is equal to V naught sin omega t, and I is equal to what? I naught sin omega t. If you remember that there is no phase difference when the circuit contains only R. The phasor diagram was like, here we have V and in the same we have I, and this angle was omega t. So there is no phase difference. So in this case, when circuit contains only R, in this case phi is equal to 0. Okay, when phi is equal to 0, then what is the value of cos phi? The value of cos phi is equal to 1. The value of cos 0 is 1. So in that case, the power average is given by VRMS into IRMS. VRMS into IRMS. When the circuit contains only R, then we have power average is equal to VRMS into IRMS. Then, now come to second. Circuit containing only L. Circuit containing only L. In this case, how the circuit is? How the circuit is? The circuit is like this. AC source. Okay, this is your inductor L. So in this case, the phasor diagram was like, okay, let me write the first of all the current and the voltage, then after we'll draw the phasor diagram. This was the circuit lookalike. The voltage was V is equal to V naught sin omega t, and I is equal to I naught sin omega t minus pi by 2. How this has come? If you want to know that, you have to watch the lecture in the sequence. I have probably in the lecture number 3 it is there. Okay, so just go through the lecture, watch the previous lecture of this chapter. How this phasor diagram of this one is this. So this is your V, and I is minus pi by 2. So the phasor of current is here. This angle is pi by 2 and this angle is omega t. Okay. So here the value of phi is what? Here the value of phi is pi by 2, and when value of phi is pi by 2, then cos phi is what? 0. Cos phi is 0. So basically in this case the P average comes out to be 0. Means through an ideal inductor AC consumes, on an average, AC consumes no power. For AC, for ideal inductor, AC consumes no power for average, if we calculate average. Okay, if we calculate average, there is no power consumed by the inductor. Now the third circuit containing only C. C is capacitance. How the circuit looks like? The circuit is like this. AC source is your capacitance. Okay. So in this case, V is equal to what? V naught sin omega t, and I is equal to what? I naught sin omega t plus pi by 2. Okay. How the phasor diagram looks like? The phasor diagram looks like this is your V and this is your I. This angle is pi by 2 and this is your omega t. How this has come? Again, you have to watch the previous lectures. In that, the answer is there. So in this case, the value of phi is what? Pi by 2. So cos phi is equal to what? 0. So average power is equal to what? 0. So for an ideal capacitor also, there is no power consumption in the circuit. Right? Okay. So now let us move for the combinations. We have combinations. For the combinations, we have LR circuit, CR circuit and LCR circuit. Let me remove all this so that we can study combination. And let me make a table for the same. Okay. The next combination, fourth circuit, is LR circuit. How the circuit looks like? An inductor and a capacitor. This is a AC circuit. Okay. For this we need to make phasor diagram first. Then after we can write voltage and all. So for R, there is no phase difference between VR and current. Okay. Current flows in the same phase for the resistance. But for an inductor, current passes at an angle pi by 2 behind the voltage. So VL will be in this direction. All we have discussed in a very detailed manner. You need to watch previous lectures. Now, if we take out the resultant of these two, we are going to have the resultant here. This is your voltage V. So this is the angle omega t and this angle is phi. Okay, so here we have voltage V is equal to V naught sin omega t and I is equal to I naught sin omega t minus phi, but we don't know the value of phi. So here comes a very important thing which we have done while doing the circuits, and that was impedance triangle. Impedance triangle. If you remember, this angle is phi, this angle is R, this is XL, and this is what? Under root XL square plus R square. So from here you can calculate the value of, if I have done, it should be R and this should be XL. Okay, impedance triangle we have done there. From here you can calculate the value of phi. So value of phi, from here also you can calculate, there is nothing. Suppose if you are calculating cos phi, let me tell you also, cos phi, then phi is what? This one upon this one. This one represents VL and this one represents VR. So cos phi is VL upon VR. VL can be written as I into XL and VR can be written as I into R. I and I will be cancelled out. So cos phi will be equal to what? No, sorry. VL upon this side. V, total V. Okay? So V can be written as I into Z. Z is total impedance. So I and I will be cancelled out. We are going to have XL upon Z. Z is equal to what? XL upon under root XL square plus R square. Right? So this is the value of cos phi. So now P average will be equal to what? VRMS IRMS into XL upon under root XL square plus R square. This is the power average when we talk about combination of L and R, that is LR circuit. Okay. Now let us move to the next one. Next one is CR circuit. This one is going to be fifth CR circuit. What is that CR circuit? How it looks like? One capacitor, then a resistance. This is your series combination of C and R. Okay. So now, how the phasor looks like? Value of V and value of R. Value of VR is this side. This side the current is also there, because there is no phase difference between current and the voltage for a resistor. And for capacitor, there is a phase difference of pi by 2. So capacitor voltage will be made here. So if we make the resultant of these two, we are going to have the resultant somewhere here. So this is the resultant, this is the value of omega t, this is the value of phi. So in this case, current leads the voltage. So here you must write V is equal to V naught sine omega t, but current is equal to what? I naught sine omega t plus phi. Okay. So what is the value of phi from here? The value of cos phi will be cos phi perpendicular upon hypotenuse. Perpendicular is this one. This one is VC. So VC upon total V. Now VC is what? I into XC, and total V is I into Z. I and I will be cancelled out. So cos phi equal to what? XC upon what is the value of Z? Under root XC square plus R square. If you remember that XC is called capacitive reactance. XC is called capacitive reactance. Okay? And XL is called inductive reactance. So from here, the cos phi is this one. So P average is equal to what? VRMS IRMS XC upon under root XC square plus R square. Okay, under root XC square plus R square. This is the P average in case of what? In case of a CR circuit. Now one more circuit is left, and that circuit is LCR circuit. Let us do that also. The sixth circuit is LCR circuit. Now I am going to do combination of all these three. So the circuit will look like L, C and R. This is your AC circuit. L, C and R. Now how the phasor diagram looks like? This is your I in the same direction. VR is also there. Somewhere here VL is there. Just opposite to that VC is there. I have considered that VC is smaller than VL. Okay, so I am going to calculate the resultant, and the resultant will be VL minus VC. And now VL minus VC, I am going to take resultant with VR. So here I am going to have net voltage V. So this angle is going to be omega t, and this angle is going to be phi. Now it depends. If you take VL greater than VC, then current will lag behind the voltage. if you take VC greater than VN, then current will lead the voltage. Okay, that depends upon the value. So we cannot say that current always lags behind the voltage. In this case, voltage is given by V naught sin omega t, and the current is given by I naught sin omega t minus phi, as per the phasor I have made. Okay, now the value of cos phi, because in power cos phi is required, value of cos phi is this side upon this side, this side upon hypotenuse. So this side is what? VL minus VC upon this very side, that is a V. So VL can be written as I into XL, VC can be written as I into XC. I can take I common, so I am going to have XL minus XC upon V is what? I into Z. I and I will be cancelled out. So cos phi will be equal to XL minus XC upon under root XL minus XC whole square plus R square. Okay, so this is the value of cos phi. Now if you put the value of cos phi in power formula, we are going to have P average is equal to what? So it is VRMS IRMS cos phi is XL minus XC, or it may be the difference. Okay, if XC is greater than XC minus XL upon under root XL minus XC whole square plus R square. So this is the value of power average in case of LCR circuit. So this is all about the power. This is all about the power. So many other things were also there, like wattless current, but this year it has been deleted, and power factor for the circuit. Indirectly it has been deleted, but still you have to study, because for different AC circuits you need to calculate power. So for that, cos phi need to be calculated for every different circuit, and that's why I have told you. Is that clear? So this is all for the day. Okay. In the next video lecture we'll study about LC oscillations, and then after in the next video lecture we'll study about transformer, which is again a very important topic from this chapter. It simply means that there are 2 more lectures, probably 3 more lectures to complete this chapter. Then after we'll do the last chapter of NCERT volume 1, and that chapter is electromagnetic waves. Okay, so this is all for the day. Thank you.